Welcome to Millie English Podcast, where English learning becomes easy through simple daily conversations.
Hello, English learners. I'm Millie, and I'm really happy you're here with me today. Maybe you're on your phone right now, scrolling, listening, maybe doing the dishes or walking somewhere. Wherever you are, I'm glad you clicked on this episode. This episode is around B1 level, so the English is simple, slow, and natural. Something you can really use in real conversations. You don't need to understand every single word to learn something. Just grab the parts you understand, borrow the sentences you like, and let the rest pass by. No pressure, no stress. Real conversation first, vocabulary hidden inside. No boring lists while you're trying to enjoy your day. At the end, we'll do a calm little word tour. We'll pick some useful phrases from the episode, explain them, and help them stay in your mind. If you enjoy learning English like this, you can like this episode and subscribe to the Millie English Podcast. It really helps more learners find us, and I'd love to hear from you. After you listen, write one sentence in the comments. Tell me, have you tried any AI tools for English learning yet? Okay, so today we're talking about something that honestly blows my mind a little bit. How much English learning changed from 2025 to now, 2026. And I know that sounds dramatic. It's only been 1 year, right? But if you've been paying attention to AI tools, to new apps, you know what I'm talking about. A year ago, we had apps and videos and online classes. That was already pretty amazing. But now, in 2026, we have tools that can actually talk back to you. Tools that listen to your pronunciation and correct you in real time. Tools that create personalized lessons based on exactly what you need. It's like having a private English teacher in your pocket, available 24/7, and it doesn't get tired or annoyed. So today, I want to walk you through what changed, what stayed the same, and what you should actually pay attention to. Not in a techie, complicated way. Just real talk about what works and what's just hype. By the end, you'll know exactly which tools are worth your time and which ones are just shiny distractions. Let me take you back to 2025 for a minute, just 1 year ago. Back then, if you wanted to learn English seriously, you had a few main options. You could take traditional classes in person or online. You could use apps like Duolingo, Babbel, or Memrise. You could watch YouTube videos and podcasts like this one. You could find a language exchange partner on apps like HelloTalk or Tandem. And honestly, those were all pretty good options. Many people made real progress with them. I was using a mix of all of those things. I'd do my Duolingo streak every morning. I'd watch English videos during lunch. But here's the thing. All of those methods had one big limitation. They were mostly one-way communication. Sure, I could type messages to a language partner, but I had to wait for them to reply. And sometimes they were busy, or they'd ghost me, or the conversation would just fizzle out. With apps, I could practice grammar and vocabulary. But I couldn't have a real conversation. I couldn't ask a question and get an immediate, helpful answer. With videos and podcasts, I could listen and learn. But I couldn't talk back. I couldn't practice speaking in a safe space where someone would correct my mistakes. So even though 2025 had tons of resources, there was still a big gap. The gap between consuming English and actually producing it. Between listening and speaking. I remember feeling stuck at one point. I could understand a lot, I could read pretty well. But when it came to speaking, I'd freeze up. My brain would go blank. I'd forget simple words. And I didn't have anyone patient enough to just sit with me and let me practice without judgment. Sound familiar? I think a lot of learners felt that way in 2025. We had information overload, but not enough real conversation practice. So what changed? What made 2026 different? In one word, AI. Specifically, conversational AI that actually works. Now, AI existed in 2025. We had chatbots and voice assistants. But they were kind of clunky. They didn't really understand context. But in 2026, something shifted. AI tools got really good at understanding natural language. They started having actual conversations that felt human. And for English learners, this was a game changer. Suddenly, you could open an app and talk to an AI tutor. Not type. Actually speak out loud. And the AI would listen, understand what you're trying to say, correct your pronunciation, suggest better words, and keep the conversation going. It's like having a conversation partner who never gets tired, never judges you, and is available anytime you want to practice. I tried one of these tools for the first time a few months ago. I was honestly skeptical. I thought, how good can a robot conversation really be? But I opened the app, pressed the microphone button, and just started talking about my day. The AI responded naturally. It asked follow-up questions. When I mispronounced a word, it gently corrected me. When I used the wrong grammar, it showed me the right way without making me feel stupid. After 20 minutes, I realized I'd been speaking English nonstop. No pressure, no embarrassment, just practice. And that's when it hit me. This is what was missing in 2025. This is the gap that AI just filled. So let me break down some of the tools that are making waves right now in 2026. I'm not sponsored by any of these. I'm just sharing what I've seen and tried. First, AI conversation apps. These are apps where you can have full conversations with an AI in English. Some popular ones are Speak, Practica, and Elsa AI. You pick a topic or a scenario, maybe ordering food at a restaurant or having a job interview or just casual small talk. Then you talk out loud, and the AI responds in real time. The cool part is the AI adapts to your level. If you're a beginner, it uses simple words and speaks slowly. If you're advanced, it challenges you with harder vocabulary. And it never gets impatient. You can repeat the same conversation 10 times until you feel confident. Try doing that with a real person. Next, AI pronunciation tools. Apps like Elsa Speak and Speechling got way more accurate in 2026. You say a sentence, and the AI analyzes your pronunciation word by word. It shows you exactly which sounds you're getting wrong. It compares your voice to native speakers. It gives you instant feedback. For people who struggle with pronunciation, this is huge. You don't need to feel embarrassed in front of a teacher. You can practice the same word 100 times in private. Then there are AI-powered learning platforms. Tools like ChatGPT, Claude, and newer education apps can now create custom lessons just for you. You tell the AI what you want to learn. Maybe you want to improve your business English. Or maybe you're preparing for a trip and need travel phrases. The AI creates a lesson plan, gives you exercises, and adjusts based on your progress. It's like having a private tutor who knows exactly where you're weak. Now, before we all get too excited and think AI has solved everything, let me be real with you. AI tools are amazing, but they're not perfect. Let's start with what's actually great. First, availability. You can practice English anytime, anywhere. 3 a.m. and can't sleep? Open your AI conversation app and practice. Second, no judgment. This is huge for shy learners. You can make mistakes, sound silly, repeat yourself, and the AI doesn't care. Third, instant feedback. In a traditional class, you might speak once and the teacher moves on. With AI, you get corrections immediately. And fourth, personalization. AI can adapt to your exact level and needs. It's not teaching the same thing to everyone, but there are also limitations. First, AI can't fully replace human connection. Learning a language is also about culture, emotion, small talk, humor. Second, AI tools can be expensive. Some of these apps have free versions, but the really good features often require a subscription. Third, AI can sometimes give weird or incorrect answers. It's not perfect. If you rely only on AI, you might pick up some mistakes. And fourth, screen fatigue. If you're already spending all day on your phone, adding more screen time for English practice might actually drain you. And let's talk about the hype. Right now, everyone is talking about AI like it's going to replace teachers completely. I don't think that's true. AI is a tool, a really powerful tool. But it works best when combined with other methods. Use AI for daily conversation practice and pronunciation. Use human teachers for feedback on your writing and deeper grammar questions. Use podcasts for listening practice. Use real conversations with native speakers for cultural understanding and authentic connection. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Use everything available to you. So let me share how I personally use these AI tools. Not as my only method, but as part of my routine. Every morning, I spend about 15 minutes talking to an AI conversation app. I usually pick a random topic. Yesterday, I talked about my favorite childhood memory. It's low pressure, and it wakes my brain up in English. Then during the day, when I have dead time, waiting for coffee or sitting on the bus, I use a pronunciation app. I pick 3 or 4 words I struggle with and just drill them. The AI shows me my mistakes, and I repeat until I get it right. In the evening, I like to relax with a podcast or video. No AI, just listening. I let English wash over me without trying too hard. And once or twice a week, I'll have a real conversation with a language partner or join an online class. That human connection is important. AI can't replace the feeling of making a real friend in another language, so my routine is a mix. AI for daily practice, humans for deep conversations, podcasts for passive listening. This combination works for me, and I think it's working better than anything I tried in 2025. But here's something important. Even though technology changed, some things about language learning never change, and I think it's good to remember that. First, consistency still beats everything. It doesn't matter how fancy your AI tool is. If you only use it once a month, you won't improve. 15 minutes every day is better than 3 hours once a week. Second, motivation still matters. AI can make learning easier, but it can't make you care. You still need a reason to learn English, a goal, a dream, a connection you want to make. Third, mistakes are still necessary. AI can correct you instantly, which is great. But you still need to make mistakes to learn. Don't be afraid of sounding stupid. And fourth, real human connection is still irreplaceable. You can practice with AI all you want, but the moment you have a real conversation with a native speaker, you'll realize there's magic there. The laughter, the shared confusion, the cultural exchange, that's still the heart of language learning. So yes, use AI. Use all the new tools, but don't forget why you started learning English in the first place. Probably to connect with people, to understand different cultures, to open doors in your life. Technology can help with that, but it can't do it for you. All right, it's time to slow everything down. We've covered a lot today, and I want some of these phrases to really stay in your English. So let's do a calm word tour together. No stress, just listen. Blow my mind. First phrase, blow my mind. When something blows your mind, it surprises or impresses you so much you can barely believe it. For example, the accuracy of these new AI tools really blows my mind. Or, that movie ending totally blew my mind. Game changer. Next, game changer. A game changer is something that completely changes the situation or the way things work. For example, AI conversation tools are a real game changer for English learners. Or getting that job was a game changer for my career. Ghost someone. Now ghost someone. To ghost someone means to suddenly stop replying to their messages without explanation. You disappear like a ghost. For example, I was chatting with someone online, but they ghosted me. Or, it's rude to ghost people even if you're busy. Fizzle out. Next, fizzle out. Fizzle out means to slowly lose energy and stop. Usually used for things that started strong but ended weakly. For example, my conversation with that language partner just fizzled out after a few weeks. Or the excitement about the new app fizzled out quickly. Clunky. Let's look at clunky. Clunky means awkward, not smooth, difficult to use. For example, the AI chatbots in 2025 were kind of clunky and robotic. Or this old phone feels so clunky compared to the new one. Skeptical. Next word, skeptical. Skeptical means you have doubts, you don't fully believe something yet. For example, I was skeptical about AI tutors at first, but they actually work. Or she's skeptical about trying new technology. Follow up. Now, follow up. A follow-up is something you do or say after the first action. A next step or additional question. For example, the AI asked good follow-up questions during our conversation. Or, I need to send a follow-up email after that meeting. Adapt. Let's talk about adapt. Adapt means to change or adjust to fit a new situation. For example, good AI tools can adapt to your English level. Or, it takes time to adapt to a new country. Screen fatigue. Next phrase, screen fatigue. Screen fatigue is when you feel tired, drained, or annoyed from looking at screens too much. For example, after working on my laptop all day, I have serious screen fatigue. Or too much screen time can lead to screen fatigue and headaches. Put all your eggs in one basket. Now, put all your eggs in one basket. This means to risk everything on one thing instead of spreading your options. For example, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Use AI tools and real conversations together. Or, he put all his eggs in one basket by only applying to one job. Dead time. Next, dead time. Dead time is time spent waiting or doing nothing productive. Small gaps in your day. For example, I practice English during dead time on the bus. Or instead of scrolling during dead time, try learning something new. Drill. Last one, drill. Drill means to practice something repeatedly until you master it. For example, I drill my pronunciation every morning with an app. Or we drilled those grammar rules until they felt natural. There you go. 12 useful phrases from today's episode. You don't need to memorize all of them right now. Even if 2 or 3 stay with you, that's already amazing. You can always come back and listen again. So, before we say goodbye, I want to leave you with one important thought. The tools changed, the technology improved, but the core truth stayed the same. You still need consistency, motivation, and real practice. AI can help you practice more easily and more often, but it can't do the work for you. You still have to show up. You still have to make mistakes. You still have to push through the awkward phase where nothing feels natural yet. What's exciting about 2026 is that now you have more support than ever before. You have AI conversation partners available 24/7. You have pronunciation coaches in your pocket. But those tools only work if you actually use them consistently. So here's your tiny homework for today. Go to the comments and write one sentence. Have you tried any AI English learning tools yet? If yes, which one? If no, which one sounds interesting to you? If this episode opened your eyes to what's possible with English learning in 2026, please like this video and subscribe to the Millie English podcast. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Thank you for being curious about your English journey and staying open to new tools. The future of learning is here, and you're part of it. I'm Millie, and you've been listening to the Millie English podcast. Bye.